everybody, Backyard Bullion here, coming to you today with a European Mint group order unboxing video. If you've not seen one of these before, it's where we team up together to buy a bunch of silver and shiny things from Estonia, from the European Mint, because it's a lot cheaper than buying directly in the UK. We share shipping, I unbox it, we all have a laugh, and everybody gets lots of cheap silver. So happy days, we're going to crack open this box. Now, the discussion topic for whilst we unbox is going to relate to this Saudi Arabia gold guinea, which I featured on In Focus Friday last week. And I'm really glad that I did, because it turns out this is not a real Saudi Arabia guinea. It's a jeweler's remake. It is gold, and I will be telling the full story about everything and how Atkinsons have handled the situation probably over this coming weekend. So stay tuned for that. It's a really interesting story. But today, relating to that, I want to talk a little bit about how to protect yourself as a consumer, as a customer, if you're buying bullion from these kind of bullion companies, whether it be from UK dealers like Atkinsons Bullion, or whether it's from big dealers out in Europe like goldsilver.be or European Mint, for example. Because one of the problems I had with that gold guinea, well, it's a problem I suppose, it was because I had so much faith in the dealer, in Atkinsons, that I wasn't really checking to see if it was a fraudulent coin or a fake coin. I kind of just assumed that they knew their stuff and they sent out the right kind of coin. But it wasn't, and it raises quite a few interesting questions about how you go about protecting yourself from situations like that. So, of course, there's lots of different ways to protect yourself online. Just going to go through some of them now. Guys, this is it's just casual advice. I'm not here to tell you exactly what you should and should not do online to protect yourself. There are a lot better resources than me rambling on at the camera. So do bear that in mind, that I have been buying from dealers now for 3+ years, so I do know a little bit about it. So I guess the first place is to start from the beginning. Reputation matters, so make sure that you are buying from a reputable dealer. That's probably the best place to start. You can find out so much information these days on different companies, how long they've been trading, their registered addresses, details, all of those types of things. You can find out anything you need to know from the internet, and that's the best place to start. So buy from a reputable dealer. However, as I said in the start of this video, even if it's a reputable dealer, they might make mistakes. And Atkinsons did make a mistake. And in the follow-up video I'll make on that, they rectified their mistake. Well, I'm hoping they have. I haven't actually sent it back yet. But by the time this video goes live, I would imagine it's all been resolved and sorted. So I'm not going to be too worried about it. I know Atkinsons are a very good company. So if the coin has an issue when you get it, and you don't notice it, a lot of these companies probably won't do any kind of return or refund, because it's going to be the old excuse of it's just bullion. And that's a little bit of a, it's a bit of a cop-out, I think, for a lot of these dealers. Depends what you're buying. If you're buying just bullion coins, then yeah, fair enough. But if you're buying something that's really nice, something that's a bit different perhaps, then you should expect it to be A, genuine, and B, in good condition, especially if it's been described that way. So my advice to you to protect yourself is, no matter what dealer you're buying from, always double, triple, quadruple check what you're getting is what you ordered. And I guess for my part, I didn't really do that due diligence on this particular coin when I got it from Atkinsons, but it is what it is. One of the things that I used to do when I was ordering privately from dealers was to video the unboxings or the openings of the parcels when they arrived. Even if it was just a one-coin parcel, I just got my phone out, stuck it on a book or something to prop it up, and opened it, just so that there's proof of what I received in that parcel. That's really, really useful. There are some companies out there that will also sort of have in that terms and conditions that if you don't do that, then you won't be at all protected if there are any issues with the coins. So that's definitely a big thing. Make sure that you protect yourself by videoing it when you get it. Obviously then do your own, you can do lots of different home remedy tests on coins to make sure that they're genuine metals, and that's one of the things that really confused me about this, because I did do a few little tests on this. I did some weight and dimension tests, I even did a specific gravity test on it, and it all came up genuine as gold and 22 karat gold. So I didn't really think much more of it. In all honesty, when I got it, I looked at it and I went, yeah, that's a very pretty coin. Lovely, excellent. It weighs right, it looks right. Job done. But go a bit further. That's my thoughts on that. There are other ways to protect yourself from buying, when you're buying from different dealers. Of course, the method of payment is really, really important as well. If you are going to be buying from a slightly unknown place or dealer, then use a credit card. Always use credit cards. Credit cards are great for protecting yourself from these kind of fraudulent, because there's a lot of fraudulent websites out there that pose as bullion dealers, but they either just harvest your personal information or they steal your money. So always, always, always pay with credit cards, because that will give you a very, very good amount of protection. Now we've got loads of different coins here to sort through. So I'm just going to start unwrapping some of these so we can have a look at them as we go through. But yeah, so make sure that you pay with credit cards, make sure that you research the company when you get your delivery, video it to make sure that you know what you're getting is in fact what you're getting. And then if there is something that doesn't look right or feel not quite right, say something immediately to the company, get in touch with them directly. I say phone, telephone. I mean, it's the same with like my old day job. I used to work with a lot of different managers of different departments and things like that in my old day job. And they used to drive me nuts because they just send me an email. And, with emails, people either misread them, don't read them, or don't get them because they're away or something, or away from their desk, and it just gets lost. And then people wonder why things haven't got done. It's the same in this world with everything. And if you just pick up the phone and ring a company, often you'll get a lot faster an answer than you would if you just dropped an email. Social media is a really good place to go to as well, to try and contact people. And I'll talk a little bit about that in this video. I do about the gold guinea, because Atkinsons were really, really good over the weekend to actually talk with me about that coin. So that's really good as well. So that basically, I guess, is turning into a top tips video, isn't it, really, to have all of these different things going for you when you're looking to do unboxings. I mean, getting in touch with companies ahead of time to ask them about their returns, refund policies, in my opinion, that's not really the way to go. That's just going to raise alarm bells with these companies. If you're ahead of time thinking something's going to go wrong, in my opinion, I just think that that's asking for trouble. The best companies out there won't really mind it too much. And of course, if you really are in a genuine situation where something's not gone quite so well and you want to sort it out, a lot of these companies, if they're a big genuine company, they'll sort it out, absolutely no problems whatsoever. It's not worth their interest to annoy you and get you all riled up, especially if you've, with today's world of social media and, all of the different things that can happen for a business if you've got, some bad press out there. So, yeah, I think be sensible about things, be understanding as well that mistakes do happen. And if mistakes happen, in my opinion, that's fine. But it's about how they are handled and how they are rectified, which really makes a company shine through and shine brilliant. Now, part of this, in fact, I've just remembered one of the main parts I wanted to talk about in this whole thing. So part of this, now we have a whole bunch of silver on the table here. Loads of lovely silver here on the table. And you'll see that a lot of them, certainly the big ones, are in capsules, in these big capsules. Now, if you've ever tried to open one of these 10-ounce raw mint capsules, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. They're basically like Fort Knox. You cannot get into them for love nor money. You have to have like a surgeon's scalpel to get into the capsule, and even then you're going to slightly damage it. So it's really, really hard to get in. So how do you know that is actually silver? Well, again, it's all about reputation. It's all about understanding that something is what they say it is when you buy it, and having that sort of knowledge in the back of your mind about what it should look like, feel like, when you get it. So I guess there's an element of trust there from these dealers, from us to the dealers, that what we're getting in these shiny, lovely capsules are indeed silver coins. Now, of course, you can test them. You can get them out and have a look. It's difficult, but you can do. There's nothing stopping you from doing that. But of course, that will then potentially damage the coin, get fingerprints, marks, smudges, all of that jazz on them. So it's going to be down to each individual of how you do it. But from my expectations, unless it's a bit of a dodgy dealer or it's a brand new dealer on the market that hasn't got that much experience and they let something go through which they maybe shouldn't have done, I don't think that it's really going to be a common thing that you'll get a fake 10 ounce silver Valiant or something fake from a dealer. From the second-hand market, maybe, but not from a dealer, and not from a reputable dealer, from a big one. I really don't think that is. It's not even fathomably possible. What is possible though is that if you're buying second-hand junk from a dealer, like big junk bags of coins, you might get the odd one in there that's not. And for example, when Mrs. Backyard Bullion and I were looking through those mixed old American silver 90%ers, we found one tiny little 3 gram Swedish 10 ore, which is 40% silver. So we missed out on 50% of 3 grams, 1.5 grams worth of silver. And the argument there is, well, is the European Mint really, liable to go through every single coin in that entire bag? Bear in mind, there's literally thousands of coins in a giant big bag of coins like that, and check every single one. It's, in my opinion, not manageable, not feasible, not certainly for the money that you're paying. If you really, really want that guarantee, then you're going to have to go and sift through them yourself, maybe at their premises or something. But yeah, I don't begrudge the European Mint for things like that. I certainly don't begrudge Atkinson's for this. I don't know the true story of it. I don't know whether it was something nefarious. I don't think it was. I think it was probably just a genuine mistake. I think somebody who was sorting these coins maybe just mislabeled it on the website, and when I purchased it at a small premium, that obviously makes a difference for me, and they were very, very quick in coming back to sort it out and repair any damages done. So hopefully that will all be sorted after I'm finished filming here. I'm going to pack it up and send it off to Atkinson's. But anyway, that sort of sums up a lot of my thoughts on protecting yourself from dealers, and yeah, I'd love to know your thoughts on this subject. Have you ever had fake silver come from a dealer, or even fake gold come from a dealer? It'd be really interesting to know whether that's a thing that's happened to you, and if it has, how did it pan out? That would be really, really interesting to find out. Now, this pile of silver, we haven't really done a proper look through it, have we? So Mrs. Backyard Bullion and I are actually going to now sort through this, make sure everything's here for starters, and cast our eye over it as well to make sure to see if it's all genuine. It's funny though that when you get sort of large quantities of just Britannias in tubes like this, often the easiest and quickest way to verify it is literally just to weigh these. These should weigh about 821 grams. So if they weigh roughly that and there's 25 coins in there, then they should pretty much all be real silver. So that's the plan anyway. Again, it's like, where does the buck stop in terms of double checking? Certainly in these group orders, it raises a lot of really interesting questions. Anyway, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I'm going to stop waffling now. I'm going to start sorting through all of these and making sure it's all here. We're going to tidy it up, and then I think there's going to be, a video this coming weekend with all of the niceties. So this is a bit of a midweek unboxing, a bit of ponderous, thought-provoking discussion as well. And then let's say Saturday we'll have a good look at this, and then probably Sunday will be the update on that gold guinea. Thank you one and all for watching. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If you have, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around through your social medias. That would be very helpful for our channel. It really does help get those extra views and subscribers and everything, and that's really very helpful indeed. Otherwise, thank you for watching. I hope you have a brilliant week ahead, and I'll see you on the next one. So please make sure to like, share, comment and subscribe for more.